Hi, this is John Merna, and today we're going to talk about how to file and complete your bankruptcy without even leaving home. Stay tuned. So you might have a fear of attorneys and you might have a fear of courts, but none of those matter any longer because you can actually file your Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy and not even leave your house. That is thanks to COVID, which is one of the few positive things that have come out of COVID. The process is very simple. Number one, our firm, Merna Law, is now doing virtual appointments. You can talk to an attorney by phone, schedule an appointment, review your case, hire the attorney, have all of your creditors calling our office, and file your case all over the phone. We're accomplishing this using e-signatures in our virtual platform, which is mernalaw.info, which all clients have free access to, and it can provide several incredible services that I don't think any of my competition has. There are three phases in a bankruptcy to talk about. The first phase is the pre-filing phase. In the pre-filing phase, that's where you're hiring an attorney, getting the documents together to get your case ready, which is where our platform comes in and is most useful. The platform does four things. It basically allows you to pay online, which is not too complicated. It also provides you secure access to all the documents and information you need, not just about your case to file it, but also about the process and about the court hearings and all of that. So it's available at the tip of your hands. It's there 24 hours a day. You can log into it once you've registered. The third function it does is basically you can upload your documents. We use a service that has encryption so we can confirm that your documents will be secure and not available to anyone else on the internet. You can upload and you can even securely communicate with our internal processing staff that processes the documents via our document portal, which is part of mernalaw.info. The fourth feature, which is central to getting the process done on your timeline, is our ready to file alert. Basically on mernalaw.info, whether you're logged in or logged out, you can hit that alert button and it will notify us that you're ready to file, you've got your payments in to file the case, and you've got all the documents to us. Now remember, all of that's from home. You've only contacted us by telephone. Now you're ready to file. We schedule an appointment by telephone or video, depending on what you prefer, and basically that's when we produce the documents, we send them to you for review. Over the phone, we're going to review the documents together. Once the documents are acceptable, you will have all the signature pages in an e-signature format sent to you in email. You basically e-sign all of those signatures and get them back to us. Boom, we file the case. Second phase is basically getting you through the bankruptcy process. Once we file the case, you've got 2 or 3 things, and this is a Chapter 7 we're talking about, where you have to provide and get through the process. The first thing is you have to do a second certificate that applies to Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. It's all on a portal. We give you the links. We tell you how to do them. The second thing you got to do is you've got to attend the hearing. Now, that's where we also can keep you from leaving your home. Basically, we'll set that up by telephone. So basically, you'll be at home, we'll be at the office, and court will be at court. And basically, we will triangulate and allow you to get you through the hearing without even leaving home. The third thing that happens in that preliminary bankruptcy portion is the reaffirmation on any vehicles. Once again, that's all by email. We do need an actual ink signature, so we mail that out to you, mail it back, or drop it off at the office, and we get it in. The final phase is the most important, which once again, too many bankruptcy attorneys overlook and don't provide any services with this, and that is your bankruptcy recovery phase. Once you've filed your bankruptcy and got your discharge, it's not all over. In order to rebuild and get past it, you've got to go through some recovery efforts. Merna Law has one of the only proprietary recovery courses that we've produced and put together over the last decade to help you get the minimum, or the primary steps, I should say, to recovering in the next year. So it's focused on the 12 months after. It does have some helpful tips to monitor pre-filing, during the filing, and after the filing. And ultimately, the advantage, what we've seen over time, is that you can, by using the course, you can up your score within approximately approximately 100 points within a 12-month period. We've seen clients do it. It's been confirmed. So the bottom line is, if you make some recovery efforts, follow the basic steps that are in that course, which is free to all of our clients, you can recover quickly to the point of buying a house within 3 years. So that's the advantage right now of filing and not having to go to court. This is not going to be going on permanently. COVID has provided this capability to some degree. We confirmed with the court just the other day that they're going to more than likely extend it. How long is unknown. So I wouldn't wait. It's a great advantage. It saves you a lot of money. It saves you a lot of stress. And it saves you a lot of looking around and hooking up with a wrong attorney who can't provide the platform basically to get you through without a lot of stress and strain and travel back and forth to an office. All right. Once again, if you have any issues, and you can always call me personally, John Merna, but we look forward to helping you. And go to mernalaw.com and also check out mernalaw.info, that's our client services portal, and let us know if we can be of service. You have a great day.